Are you about to buy a brand new vehicle or a used vehicle and you're thinking about skipping the buyer's inspection? I'm Brian Esser from How To Automotive, and I'm going to show you some footage that will make you rethink that decision, so stay tuned for that. So a woman bought this vehicle off of the website OfferUp, and after paying for the vehicle, then decided to get the vehicle inspected, which was the first mistake she made. So we were checking out the fit and finish of the vehicle, and overall on the top side of the vehicle, it didn't look too bad. Some small blemishes here and there. The engine bay, it looked pretty good. There looked like there was a minor little fender bender on the left front fender, but it looked like it had been repaired at a quality body shop, and the work looked to be quality work, so it wasn't a big red flag for me, you know. And she did say she got it for a decent price, so I was figuring, you know, that was the reason why. The interior looked to be in great shape. Everything seemed to be working fine the way they were supposed to. No lights on the dash or anything like that. So she also had the Carfax pulled on it, and nothing showed up on Carfax, so far so good. So then I went to the back of the vehicle and I popped the trunk to check the spare tire, make sure the tools and everything are in there. And when I lifted up the carpet, I noticed that the floor pan has spray paint inside. And so that left a little red flag for me. So then I lifted the vehicle up and inspect the bottom, make sure the rocker panels and all the fit and finish around the doors and trims and bumpers and all that looks good. So all the paint seemed to match. There were some blemishes on the bumper, you know, which is normal for a used vehicle. You know, all the fit and finish looked good. And then I went underneath the vehicle and things got really interesting. So as I got under here, I can immediately tell that this vehicle had been in a severe accident. The original exhaust had been cut out, and some aftermarket or homemade exhaust had been welded into place, and very poorly. If you look right here on top of the suspension, there's a rubber bushing here. That rubber bushing is so the exhaust doesn't rattle on top of the subframe here or on the suspension parts. And that was a homemade repair, not a factory repair. As you can see here, the floor pan had been welded back into place, and it was poorly welded into place. So what you're seeing here is basically two cars made into one. The floor pans here have all been replaced with junkyard parts, but not cut out and replaced right. So if you look on this metal brace here, which is the track arm that mounts the suspension in place, if you look, there's two cuts in the middle of it, severely weakening the bracket. This metal line here is the brake line, and it has been ripped in half, and they spliced it back together. The brake line is supposed to be secured and not floating around like this, and nothing was mounted. So these brake lines are rubbing on all these metal parts. So they're basically going to rub a hole in the brake lines, and you're going to lose your brakes. If you look here, this is where the two floor pans meet up, the old one and the new one. Nothing is secure the way it's supposed to be in any way, shape, or form. There's metal brackets and stuff that are cut and bent, and if they were welded back in, they were poorly welded in. If you look right here, this is a major support bracket for the suspension, and it's been cut in half so the exhaust here, that their homemade exhaust can fit through here. And also the track arm here has been cut in half and welded back together, which is a big no-no. That is a severe, dangerous situation. This here's the park brake cable. It's kinked over and bent. You know, so your park brake could potentially stick on. And one of the scariest things about it is, if you look right here, this is the frame for the vehicle, and it's a big chunk of the frame is completely missing, not even welded in and butted up together, nothing supporting the back end of this vehicle. So if it got in another rear end collision or even hit a severe bump, the back end of this vehicle could snap right off. Now, since this lady purchased the vehicle before inspecting it, she's going to have to go through a bunch of headaches trying to get her money back and trying to get this vehicle off the road. And if a vehicle inspection had been done before buying it, this vehicle would never have been purchased, and she would not have to deal with these big major headaches. So that's our advice for you, is when you go to purchase a car, make sure you get it inspected by a qualified mechanic. I'm Brian Esser from How To Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, encourage you to subscribe, invite you to head over to the howtoautomotive.com website for more valuable videos like this. Thank you again for watching.